We turn now to our nation's capital, where former acting Attorney General Sally Yates testified on Capitol Hill today about Michael Flynn, Russia, and President Trump. Our Washington, D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo joins us live now with more on today's big hearing. Ross.
Well, Lori, today Yates testified for 3.5 hours. It was the first day she spoke out about any of this. We learned today that she warned the White House 3 separate times that General Michael Flynn could have been blackmailed by Russia, yet he wasn't fired still for 18 more days.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Fired by President Trump and now firing back with her testimony.
You don't want your national security advisor compromised with the Russians.
Former acting Attorney General Sally Yates recalled how she warned the Trump administration during 2 meetings and a phone call.
It was critical that we get this information to the White House in part because the vice president was unknowingly making false statements to the public, and because we believed that General Flynn was compromised with respect to the Russians.
She first took center stage months ago.
I am delighted to be able to welcome you here today.
When she warned the Trump White House that surveillance caught Flynn speaking to the Russian ambassador about U.S. sanctions for meddling in the election. Trump forced him to resign nearly 3 weeks later when it was exposed in the media. And now today, new revelations involving Flynn, President Obama, and Trump.
In addition to the warning from Sally Yates, concerns were raised by former President Obama directly to then President-elect Trump, 95 days before.
Just had the opportunity to have the
Obama apparently also warned Trump about Flynn weeks before at this White House meeting, confirmed today by the White House itself.
It's true that President Obama made it known that he wasn't exactly a fan of General Flynn's.
The testimony here today, part of the probe into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
Ms. Yates, do you have any evidence, or are you aware of any evidence that would suggest that in the 2016 campaign, anybody in the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government or intelligence services in an improper fashion?
And Senator, my answer to that question would require me to reveal classified information, and so I can't answer that.
Very few answers in that hearing today. As for the president, he was tweeting about this morning, saying that senators should be asking Yates whether she leaked all this to the media. Yates said today under oath she leaked nothing. For now, it's the very latest live from Capitol Hill. I'm Ross Palumbo. Lori, back to you.